Hi, this is Laura Lemza from VCU Engineering Career Services, and this video is how to prepare for the fair. So for spring 2023, we have 3 events for the career fair this year. The on-campus fair is Wednesday, February 15th from 10 to 3. That will be the largest event. The next day is an on-campus interview day, so that employers who met students on the 15th might invite you to interview the very next day on Thursday, February 16th. And a week later, we have a virtual fair from 2 to 6 on February 23rd. To succeed at the fair, we recommend you take these steps: register on Handshake, research the companies. For the virtual fair only, be sure to schedule your sessions, which are your one-on-one conversations. Apply to jobs and update your Handshake and LinkedIn profiles. Rehearse what you're going to say so you're ready with that pitch. Participate in the fair, and then follow up by sending thank yous to appropriate recruiters. All right, so all of these fair events are hosted on Handshake, and you can find them by logging onto Handshake and going to events. And then from events, select category and career fair. We have a separate video that walks you through how to use Handshake to navigate the fair. Check those out if you have any questions. The on-campus fair, which is the first event and the largest, is February 15th, which is a Wednesday. And you can see who is coming to the fair by logging onto Handshake and going to the career fair page. So we have 3 events under career fair: on-campus, interview day, and virtual. The on-campus one has a large number of employers. Please check them out here, and you can apply directly to some of their jobs through this site as well. Interview day is the next day, February 16th. On this Handshake page, you don't have to take any action, but you can go there and click on all employers to see which employers are staying to do interviews the next day. That can help you focus your efforts at the fair. If you're very directed in your search and you're ready to land a job or an internship, you might target those employers who are going to be there the next day interviewing. The virtual fair, again, a week later on Thursday, February 23rd, is hosted on Handshake. So that is actually the platform where you participate, you register for it, and you schedule sessions. These are some of the logos of our employers coming to the fair events, and it's really a good list. So we're going to have an exciting fair this year. What you want to do is research the companies and figure out which ones are appropriate for you. You need to know something about the company before you go and speak to them. So you need to do about 1 to 5 minutes of research on companies that you plan to talk to. And your goal is to understand their primary product, what they actually do, whether they provide a service or build something, know what it is. Alternatively, you can read up on their mission, vision, and values, and maybe connect with them on those topics. You can find this information very easily on the employer's Handshake page, the company website, their LinkedIn page, or simply by conducting a Google search. Your goal, your hot tip down here, is to be ready to share one thing that you've learned about the company when you walk up to talk to them. That is how you're going to engage them in conversation. Virtual fair, you must schedule one-on-one sessions to speak with the employers, and you must do this before the fair. So if there are no sessions visible for an employer that's of interest to you, they may not yet have created their sessions, or they may be using filters. The best thing you can do, hot tip at the bottom, is follow the employers that you're interested in, and then you will be notified when they post sessions. Number 2, don't book your one-on-one sessions back to back. Give yourself a 10-minute gap between sessions. When they're back to back, they tend to run over. It can cause difficulty. Always give yourself a 10-minute breather between sessions if it's possible. Number 3, don't wait. Book your sessions as soon as you can. Thank you. Next step, apply to jobs and update your profiles. You will be a more serious candidate and have a much better experience at the fair if you applied to jobs before you go talk to those employers. You'll be taken much more seriously. So if you're just there to cruise around and learn, don't apply to jobs. But if you're there to land something for the summer, apply before you go. Number 2, update your Handshake and your LinkedIn profiles. This is important because employers may actually message you through Handshake. Once you sign up for the virtual fair, they can see the resume you have public on Handshake, so make sure it's your most up-to-date resume. In addition, employers like to follow up through LinkedIn. It's an easy platform for them to use, so make sure your profile there is as accurate and up-to-date as your resume. Rehearse what you're going to say. Be ready to have that conversation with the employer. This is a structure that we offer as a way for you to frame that conversation and to practice it in advance. We have a separate video about how to give the pitch, so please check that out if you need more detail. Participate in the fair. For the day of the virtual fair, you will log on to Handshake, navigate to the virtual fair under events, and then select your schedule. So your schedule on the page will open up your opportunities to join the video. And the join video button is to the right, and it activates 5 minutes before your session begins. If you need help while you're in the virtual fair, we have a virtual Zoom room available that you can click on, and you will find someone from our team at the other end of that room to help you out. Did your employer not show up for the session? That is frustrating. You can message them through Handshake or ask for help in the Zoom room, and we will help to track them down. A big plus for the virtual fair is it's very easy to follow up with the employers. You will be given a notice after the fair from Handshake with the name of all the people you spoke to and ways to connect with them. All right, day of the on-campus fair. It is being held over 3 locations: the East Hall Atrium, the Engineering Research Building Atrium, where Rand Bites Cafe is, and then the Engineering Research Building ERB Room 1313. This is the multi-purpose room at the end of the atrium at the base of the steps. Please do go into ERB 1313. We're going to have some good employers in there. Day of the on-campus fair, you must enter the fair by signing in. The main location for students to sign in and get your name tag is at the East Hall entrance off of Belvedere. We will also have an alternative sign-in location at the security desk where Sneed Hall and East Hall come together. So that's kind of in that circular loop at the base of East Hall. Use the Handshake mobile app. If you've got it downloaded to your phone on the day of the fair, the map will be available and you'll be able to see where the employers are located throughout the fair. So you don't have to guess, you can actually just look at the map. Come early if you can. The fair runs from 10 to 3. The earlier you get there, typically the better your experience. The employers are fresher and it's less crowded. So please come early if your schedule allows for it whatsoever. Again, we're having an on-campus interview day the next day. Here's a list of the employers who have signed up so far. This is going to continue to grow. So to see the list as it evolves, look for it on interview day on Handshake. For the day of the fair, be sure to drop off your backpack and look for help in our Prep Central room, which is East 2220 and East 2221. That's right after you sign in. We recommend you carry a pad folio if you have one. You can keep your resume and collect information in there. Recommend that you walk through the fair, look at the tables and the booths to discover new companies. Approach a recruiter and give your pitch. You can warm up with a practice employer first and then go to the ones that really matter to you. If you need any help during the on-campus fair, you can see a peer career coach or a career advisor in the Prep Central room. Finally, dress for success. The career fair is a formal environment. Please dress as if you are taking it seriously. So dress slacks, proper shoes, dress shirts, ties, blouses, dress appropriately, no jeans, no shorts, no cutoffs. Please don't wear polo shirts. Please dress up. Okay, then finally, after the fair, you want to follow up with those employers that you're really serious about or who you had a great experience with. We recommend you send a thank you note, usually an email or even a message through LinkedIn or Handshake. And the thank you note is very simple. You thank them for their time that they spent at the fair, remind them of something that you both talked about, emphasize your interest in the job. If you would like some help preparing for the fair, we have a couple of workshops and events, which are listed here and are also available to see under events on Handshake. and we will be emailing you about it. If you'd like to come to drop-in hours, you can do resume reviews and pitch practice with myself, Laura Lemza, or my colleague, Tanya Sharp. Looking forward to seeing you at the fair. Thanks.